Hey gang, it's me Moose, and today we are back with some Farming Simulator 2017. It's been a while since I've done a little bit of single player on Farm Sim 17, but mainly because I haven't found a map that I really enjoy. I thought Lostburg was going to pique my interest, but it really hasn't done anything for me. Then this week we were looking through the mod hub, seeing what was current, what was new, and came across a new map called Lawfolds Aberdeenshire. And I took a look at it and kind of like it a lot. If you look at the fields, we've got nice big fields on the map that we can go out and farm. That's one of the things. I'm tired of these maps with all these tiny little fields in them. I want some medium to large side fields. So when I do the work and I go and harvest it, I'm reaping the rewards, and I'm actually going to get a good bounty for the work that I've done. And that's one of the things I really haven't enjoyed is all the small little fields. The next thing with this one is it's got most of the animals, the pigs and the cattle, fairly close to the main yard here. As you can see, the pigs are right here at the main yard, and the cattle are just over on the other side of 31. And they are actually, there's a nice little short little drive over there to another part of the farm, and that's where those are at. So they're not too far away. And then the sheep are down over by field number 1 and 4 over in the lower left-hand side. So not bad. They're not too spread out, and the roads in this are pretty straightforward. They're not too hard to navigate around to get around the map, so that's not a big issue. So it just, I don't know, something feels good about this one. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a little playthrough and see if maybe this is the map that can get me interested back into single player of Farm Sim. I'm loving multiplayer on Farm Sim, but single player just hasn't done it for me. But anyways, this particular map is based on a real life farm in Scotland. So it is going to be an English themed map. We are going to have the tight little streets, the hedgerows that are tight on you. The hedgerows are collidable in this. Other nice little thing is we've got the animated gates here with the animated trigger on that. So you are going to have to get out and open and shut the gates all the time, which is going to get annoying, but it's part that comes with doing a map like this when you have these English themed maps. Still looking for a good American map. I just haven't found one. There's just not been a good one out there. There's a couple of them out that claim to be American style maps, but they just don't do it for me. There are a couple little drawbacks to this map. It doesn't have the rail system in it, which is disappointing. I'm still looking for a big map that has this type of setup, but doesn't have and has the rail in it, because I think the rail would be a fun thing to play with, but at the same time, it's not something that I have to have on a map, and so I'm not really worried about it. As far as sell points on this one, I always wonder how. I always look for multiple sell points. We've got 3 on here, which isn't terribly bad. I'd like to have a little bit more, maybe 5, but 3 will work for us. So we got the A&M group grains, the Aberdeen grains, and then the Highland grains. I do see right off the bat that they all have separate pricing structures, so that is good. I have played maps before. I've looked at some of the maps that are out, and they have 5 different places, but they're all on the same price structure, so you're not getting any competitiveness for your grain when you go to sell it. So that's something else that I look for. Though on this particular setup, we're probably not going to sell that much. I'm going to get heavy into dairy and pigs this time, probably. So most of everything that I grow is going to be going towards livestock. It's always been one of those things. I've gotten into where I enjoy doing the livestock side of it and just doing huge amount of animals to get things going. So let's take a look at the equipment that you get stock with this particular map, so you guys see what you start up with. You've got the Hurleyman XM T4i, which I think this is set up on this particular map for, I believe they've got this set up as the as your fertilizer spreader with the row crop tires on it. We've got a Fendt 300 Vario. I know this one has a front loader attachment on it, as well as does the same Fortis. It has the front loader attachment on it. As far as the horsepower on it's 193 horsepower. The Fence a 110, and the Hurleyman is a 110 as well. And then you've got the JCB Fast Track. This one's 195, so this is like the 3200, I believe. And then you've got your front loader attachments. One of these is color coded for the Fent. The other one is just, I think, black on the same. Then you've got your bucket, pallet forks, bell spikes. You got a JCB that comes with the game or with this particular map, so that you can use that for seed pallets. Then you've got your Massey Ferguson with a small corn head, only 6 meters. And then you've got the 25-foot, 7.5 meter auger head for cutting grain. Then you've got your trailer for your combine head. We've got the equipment to go ahead and do sugar beets with the little the rooster. We got a couple of tipper trailers, nothing fancy. Then we get in some pretty nice equipment as far as seed field prep, and again, you've got some bigger fields on this map. So I was happy to see that you had a decent sized plow in the 3 meter Amazon, which I will end up getting rid of and getting the next size up. Just because the blue one's a little bit better for this size field. The Vogelnut, as far as the Terra disc, that gives you 6 meters to work with there. So that's nice. Then you've got the Nervlin 3 meter seeder for doing your corn, soybeans, and sugar beets and such. But you have a really nice Vaterstat Rapid 600A for doing your grains, your cereals, for doing your oilseed radish. The Brettel, I think this is 24 meters. Yeah, 24 meter spreader for dry fertilizer. Then you got your Amazon for doing the wet fertilizer application. We got a slurry tanker here for putting out a little liquid slurry if you so choose to do. I'm probably going to get, I don't know, I might get rid of that early. I'm not sure. A couple of weights, the front mower for the Pottinger front mower. Then you've got a tedder, a windrower, forge wagon, a round baler, pickup truck, and a water tanker. So that's the equipment you get, which is a pretty decent selection of equipment for a starter farm, which is pretty nice. I'm going to be playing on hard mode, so some of this equipment will get sold off, but most of it I'm going to keep, as well as far as the tractors go, just to have something to utilize around the farm. It's a pretty decent selection of tractors. It's an odd selection as far as brand-wise, but it's not terrible, so it's a pretty good setup. And here you can see most of the equipment that is stored around here. Interesting little setup as far as the seed pallets and the fertilizer pallets. He's got some scaffolding in here with everything set up on it, so you can stack the stuff neatly out of the way. Though, even with the JCB being a skid steer, it's going to be interesting trying to get it all in there and keep up with that and maintain everything. It might be something that gets on your nerves after a while. You just give up on it. Either put it somewhere else or go to bulk storage, which there is bulk storage on the map. He's got the bulk refills here. If you don't like using the bags or the seed containers, you can use these, and you can go ahead and get those taken care of. Fuel system here. You've got all your front attachments here. There's the JCB. Inside here is more storage, and liquid fertilizer is here. And then if we go through here, there's a little bit of a workshop with an area for you to do your upgrades for your tractor. If you want to change out the tires, change the colors, things like that. If we stick our head right through this door, we got a little bit more storage where our tippers and our liquid containers are. We'll come on back around here. Hung up on a few things. And just kind of walk around. Let's see. We looked at those two buildings. That's where the combine's at. So let's come on back here a little bit. Old combine in the trees. You got to have that. Another little hall here for storing equipment. There's your windrower and your forge wagon. And here is our Fent 300 with the front end attachment on it. It's color scheme for it. And then your fertilizer spreader and your tedder, your baler, and your mower there. This is the way, again, this is the default setup for the map when you get it and open it up. I always like to just kind of walk through that and let people see how everything is set up in the beginning. Tippers, like I said, there's the tippers and your wet stuff, and that would all get moved once we get actually living on this particular farm if we choose to buy it. Wink, wink, nod, nod. In here, there's a little area here, really not useful for anything because it's got such a narrow door on it. Are these clickable? I never did check to see if the doors are actually clickable. No click on door, but they are modeled. In here, these bags, they're useless. They're just, you know, things if you want to sit and throw things around. I guess they've got rock in them or something like that. Maybe that's how they brought this driveway in. Who knows? I don't. More junk here. Maybe we get the homeowner to take all that away and get it out of here. Pickup truck, and then just a shed and an old tractor here for decor. Pretty nice little farm. Not a bad little layout. It's not too huge. But this is just the base farm. This is where base of operations is going to be. So let's go grab the fast track, and we'll go ride around a little bit and take a look at the rest of the farm and the lay of the land and give you guys an idea of what is what around here. Let's go and get that started up, and we'll go ahead and back out of here. All right, field-wise, we're going to start off with a pretty nice selection of fields as well. 26 and 27 haven't been plowed. 32, 33, 34, 31, 28, 29, 30, and 39 all belong to us. So, I mean, like I said, you're starting out on hard mode on this. You're on easy street. I mean, it's really not going to be a challenge for you. If we look at plantings wise, what is in there, we can see that we've got some sugar beets here, canola in 2 fields, a little bit of corn in 28, 31's got barley in it, 33 and 34 are wheat, and of course 39 is grass fields. So that is good for us. And then 26 and 27 aren't planted, so that'll probably be the first task that we get into. Is going to be planting those with some oilseed radish so we can get those farms ready to go. Now let me get my bearings here so I can see where I'm headed to again. All right, so first thing we'll go is check out where the pig farm is, which is right down here, not too far away. Like I said, it's right here at the main farmyard. Your slurry pit's right here in the front. You got your animal deposit right there, and then your feedings are all right here in a row for your straw, your mixed feed, and then your water down there. So that's the pig area there for you. Not a bad little section, a little area for you. Manure bin here. And I'm just kind of looking around. See if there's an area to put a mix station in. Maybe not here. Maybe over at the cattle area. But let's take a drive down here to where the cows are. And it's just a short little hop, skip, and a jump around here. You'll see all the fields have gates on them. The hedgerow is collidable, as you can see. And that's going to be pretty persistent throughout the area as we travel around and take a look at the map. You will have to get out, open up the gates, go in, do your thing, and when you're done, close them up behind you. Of course, this one's got a field up at the top. It's got a gate to get into it, but nothing down here in the bottom, which I've found humorous. But and this will bring us up to another gate going into this farm area here that we've got to get out and take a look at real quick. So let me get that opened. All right. Yeah, this could get old, having to open and shut all these gates, but, you know, if you're going to go for the role play thing, maybe it's something you want to do. Alright, so hedgerow, fence row, little grass area there, grass area over here. I believe that's 39. Yeah, that's 39 to our right. And then there's a pretty big just free grass area right here behind the farm up here that is, well, I guess it's I guess it would be considered part of the family estate, but it is part of the facility for the dairy. And we'll head right over here to it. So yeah, chickens are here, dairy is here. Again, we've got some more areas where we can, oops, took a little chunk out the front end. Got to get used to which way these gates open. All right, so welcome to the dairy facility. Let's jump out here and take a look around. Chickens are over here. So you can come in here and play with them if you so choose. Too bad you can't pick the chickens up and throw them. That would be kind of funny. But this is the chicken area, so you get your eggs here. And then over here, we got another couple of storage areas. All of your fertilizer seeds and everything there in bulk. We do have another workshop here, so if you needed to change things here, maybe you prefer to use your operations here. I'm assuming this is manure right here in this area. As we come over here, another storage area with your large scaffolding for using liquid, and then the smaller ones in the back for using for your fertilizer and seed. Over here, we've got another, it looks like garage area, I would guess, with some little mark outs here. But I'm thinking maybe this is the mark out for depositing the cattle. Maybe that would be that. Unless they're up in here a little bit. We'll walk up in here. Here's your dairy barn. It's nothing really fancy. So we got a little area here. I don't know if that's straw for this. I'm thinking that's probably your straw area, to deposit straw in here. And then you've got a feeding area here for, this is going to be your grain feed trough, and then your water trough over here. So you are going to have to come in here to do some stuff. And I'm betting that one area right outside of here, and you've got the gate right here in the back. Ching! Come on. Up. Yeah, maybe this is where you load them in. Maybe back your trailer in here or whatever. Somehow you get them in here. But yeah, this is your dairy area. So, pretty nice little area for the cattle to graze. And there's a gate back up here. I'm not sure where that goes yet. We'll explore all of this in due time. But that gate there, maybe that's a different way to come in so you can do your feedings. Maybe it's a little more convenient. But that gets everything set up. This has also got a nice big area here with the house and everything, that if we wanted to put a mix station in, probably could put it right down here in this little flat and set it up. It's not perfectly flat ground, but like right over in here, we could probably set it up if we wanted to put the mix station in. Not a terrible little yard. Not amazing. Nothing to, you know, gosh, this is the greatest farmyard I've ever seen. But it'll do, right? I mean, you do have a little bit of area where you can do some upgrading and put some more stuff in, which is what you look for. All right, so we got another gate there going into that field, but then here we go on out on the paved road. Turn our beacons on so we're street legal. And again, it's tight little hedges, so when you're taking your combine to the field, you're definitely going to have a trailer You're not going to be able to run the combine with the header on the front, especially not with the thresher on there. Yeah, if you're doing corn, maybe. Certainly with corn. So we'll ride on down through here and just take a look. And again, this is going to be one of those, not a whole lot to it other than a whole lot of big, huge fields and rolling landscape, but it does look good. I do like it. I mean, there's not a ton to it, but there's enough, right? And since it is set up as a British theme map, or Scottish map, Scottish theme map, all the traffic is on the opposite side of the road for me, so that's going to be fun to deal with. But you got your cobblestone walls here. Lots of big fields though. That's going to be nice farming. Something I'm looking forward to. We'll get ourselves a nice big plow, a couple of them, so that we can do a little course play work and have a good time with it. The feel of this map, as far as the size of it and the layout of it, just it reminds me a lot of Manchester, or a lot of why I enjoyed Manchester. Now, it doesn't have as much of the town aspect that Manchester had, but it does have just that openness and rolling landscape, and it's not just too much of everything. It's got a nice balance to it, so I really like it and look forward to playing on it. To the right was one of the sell places. I'm not going to run back there. It's like one of the little grain places. The roads seem a little narrow, little tight fit for the tractor, especially if you had duals on here. I don't think you could come up through here if you had duals on the tractor, so it might be a situation where we had to turn the traffic off. You got your shop here. Nothing fancy about the shop, though we can turn in here. Automatic gate. Here's your shop where you start with all your equipment. Fuel pump here, so if you need fuel. Egg cell location is here as well, it looks like. And then we got some of that. Let's see what's taken here. Wheat, barley, canola, corn, soybean, sunflower, potato, sugar beet. So all your grains are taken here, as well as your root vegetables and your eggs. Animal, I guess this is your animal cell here. Yeah, animal trade here. So we're out deep in the country. We're not going to a slaughterhouse or anything for the animals. We're coming to our co-op or ag center for it. Let's see, this is going to be our wool sell point here. Most all of this stuff is right here together. Let's see, then we got some biogas up top. Again, you've got Aberdeen Grains, which is a sell point up around 16 up in the upper right hand corner. And we'll go up here to the upper left hand corner and we'll check out the BGA and the lumber mill. Like I said, there's nothing really fancy about this map as far as the town or any of that stuff. But what I like about it, what makes it for me, is it's not all flat. You've got some rolling hills in it. You've got a little bit of character going on in it. But at the same time, you've got good sized fields. Alright, so we got a grain cell back here. Do I want a few more bells and whistles? Probably so. Like I said, I'd like to have the train in here. Go in the lumber mill first. Highland Grains and Quality Lumber. He's taking the time to put a lot of signage out for you so you can see where you take things to sell everything. So again, wood chips go in here as well as all your different varieties of stuff. We've got some seed pallets, fertilizer here, high capacity, low cost storage facility. All right. There's some timber back there as far as, you know, if you want to do forestry, that's on the map as well for you. And then we'll head over to the BGA. The BGA is it's the same BGA that is in Goldcrest Valley. So there's nothing fancy. It's just laid out right here in this corner. What's that? I haven't looked at this real quick. I'm guessing this is wood cells right here. This is where you take your board lumber. Yep, wood and timber. Okay. All right, so just hit everything while we're here. And then we'll turn and we'll ride right up here. This is the BGA. Nice look to the map, though. He's done a real good job aesthetically. It's very cozy, I would say, if I was looking for a way to describe it. Very homey. And then again, it's the BGA from that you're used to. I think though the slurry's moved. Maybe the slurry pit here is in a different place than it is on Goldcrest. Maybe not. Maybe I not 100% sure, but I'm thinking it's been maybe massaged a little bit. Maybe not. I know there's no cars sitting in the stairwell. All right, so that's it. Yeah, I guess the slurry tank is in the same place it is on the other one. All right. So there you have it. That's the basics of the farm. Not a ton to it. Just more of a nice little farm. Good looking. Visually pleasing. And I think it'll be fun to play on. You know, and you're not going to have to kill yourself to make a living on it. Now, again, my goal with this farm is to do a ton of dairy and livestock. I'm going to be amassing as many animals as I possibly can, and to the point where just about everything I do goes to them. Our money will be made in daily milk sales and selling off of pigs. What is this up here? Oh, we sort of went somewhere we did need to go. This must be housing for somebody. So it's not where we're going. I'm lost. Help me, sir. Could you tell me where to go till I get back to my farm? Yeah, so much for being easily navigable. Oh, there's the road I'm looking for. I just got to come through here. Got to go through my galvanized gate. Come on, don't open out. Why would that open out? Okay, that would not open out. It would open in. If I was trying to get into a private area from a street, I wouldn't want the gates opening out into traffic. Come on now. Because I wouldn't even be able to pull off the road then. See, I mean, you want them opening in so you could pull out of traffic, pull right up here, unlock your gate, you know, because you probably have it padlocked. Got to be able to unlock it and get in here. Wow, that's a nice field. Nice size field. Here's one of the fields we're probably going to start working on immediately. Is this one here. Field number 26. Start with a little fertilizer, a little plowing. And a little cultivating. Get some old seed radish in them. Get going. This is a game plan anyways. That's probably going to be the process that I use pretty much all the time when I'm farming in single player now. We've really gotten into using the oilseed radish on the multiplayer. I think it gives you a pretty... You don't even have to worry about the additional growth stages if you get it right at that point. So, you hit the right button there and the door will open. Oh, of course, that one opens in. Silly. Well, that's silly. Alright, so let's close those up. And we'll jump back in here. Which I have my own style of play, and my style of play may be different than your style of play, so... Where are we at? We're not where I thought we were. Oh, we're at the sheep area. Duh, silly me. Alright, so here's the sheep area that we need to take a look at now. We'll wander around it. And same house is over at the other one, so we use the same architect for everything. So the same cattle pen as in the stock game. Then we've got our bunker for doing silage. More storage here for doing... That's liquid fertilizer there. Those are set up for the liquid fertilizer. I'm sure you could use it for regular fertilizer as well, or for the seeds. A nice big hall to keep equipment in. Then over on this side, we got another grain silo here. So that's 2 grain silos. And then you've got the storage elsewhere that you can do. More of the racks here. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not. They seem like they would be a headache to use. But we might try to utilize them for the first part. More storage here. Bulk storage for the... or bulk refill for fertilizer. See if there's anything else around here. Another workshop. Got plenty of workshops, so anytime you need to change out tires or something, you've got plenty of places to do it. Fuel, water, all that good stuff here at this particular farm. Another old combine sitting in the woods. This will be our sheep facility here. It's actually a pretty nice little farm. All right. Let's see how we get back to where we want to be from here. I'm guessing we go through here, through this gate, which is going to open up towards me, I'm sure. Oh no, that one went forward. All right. There we go. Oh, check out the map. Yeah, we should be able to follow this on around to some fields that we actually own and get ourselves back to the main farm. So we'll probably start pretty heavy in pigs early on, which we do start with a field that is planted in sugar beets. So that's going to give us that. I mean, we've got everything to go in pigs, and most of you guys will realize pigs are like rabbits in this game. They reproduce quite quick. So if you can get a whole bunch of pigs going, you've got a good base. But they do eat a lot, so we'll work on that. But that's probably going to be my game plan, is to get a bunch of pigs early on, get them going, make some money with those, as well as, you know, start the dairy and work on the dairy. And then as we get a whole lot of money coming in from the pigs, we'll move from those and go into the dairy operation full-time hardcore. So and we'll just expand and expand and expand and see how we get things going, see how things work out. All right, so this will get us back over to the main field or the main farm, and we'll get things started. One more gate to go through. Arr! Like I said, gates are going to get old when you got to get in and out, in and out, and in and out. But 'tis a way of life in some areas. I fortunately live in an area where we don't have to worry about gates all the time. All right, back we go. Horseplay should be a challenge on this. So the fields aren't right up against the hedgerows, so that's good. But it's certainly going to have the potential to could roll a tractor right there. It is going to have the potential to have some collisions there. So we'll see how everything works out, how everything plays out. All right, so let's see, that's not where we were parking this. This goes on around the corner. Not that I'm going to leave everything exactly where it was. Probably a lot of stuff will get moved around as we go. But there is your tour. That is the dime tour. And yeah, so we'll get started today doing a little bit of farming. We're going to start spreading some fertilizer, and here again is the Hurleyman. It is set up with the row crop tires on it, so you could use it for fertilizing and for spraying. So let's back up here, grab that, pull forward, get the weight hooked up. There we go. Nice to have it filled up right off the bat to get going. And we'll head out the field. Yeah, which field we want to do first? I think we'll start over here. Over on this side. Which one did I say? 26? 26 is where we're going to start. Oh yeah, let's bring her on up here. Get my camera adjusted the way I like it. Stop a little bit short. Open up our gate. Oop, climb up on top of the tractor. And we'll get on in here. Go ahead and get GPS turned on. And we'll start making our plans to do this. Let's see, we're gonna spray up and down, so let's go like so. Go ahead and address the field like this, and we'll go ahead and get our width, set up a new course, drag the field over so everything matches up with the edge. That is good there. Get rid of that. Come on back around here. And I'm going to start with my headland. A little shallow on it, but we should be alright. Let's get on there so I can turn it on. And we'll start spreading a little bit of fertilizer in the field. So yeah, my prep is going to be fertilize, plow, cultivate, And then we'll come back and we'll set some oilseed radish in. And the last step I want to do is weed after we seed it again. So I'll put one coat of fertilizer down in the beginning and I'll plow that under. After I do that, I will come back and I'll use the cultivator to knock down the clods, smooth out everything for planting. We'll plant some oilseed radish in. Then with the oilseed radish in the field, we'll let that grow to its first cycle. Cultivate that under. I may do no-till on that and just cut it right in with the Rapid 600 and then plant directly into it. And then in the first stage of growth, we'll weed, and that will be our planting process to get everything going. Anyways, that's a game plan. And then when we get a little more evolved and we get some animals and we get some slurry and things are moving forth, we'll go ahead and start doing slurry applications and manure applications. And the way that will work is manure applications will be applied prior to plowing. Slurry will be applied prior to cultivating, and that will replace our fertilizer step in the beginning. So that's my game plan anyways. And like I said, I've said it before in videos. I know you can fertilize before plowing, fertilize before cultivating, and then fertilize when you plant, and then you don't have to ever worry about fertilizing again. But that's just not my style. That's not the way I want to do it. That much fertilizing I don't think would be an acceptable agricultural process. It would be something that would definitely mess with your field a little bit. Too much fertilizing right there in the beginning might mess you up. So I'm not going to do it that way. That doesn't mean you can't do it that way. It's just not my preferred method. All right. So we'll get this field going with a little fertilizer, and then we'll come back and plow. In the beginning, I'm going to be doing all the work myself, and taking care of all that. And then as we get a little income and it's not terrible to hire a worker, we will start hiring Harold, the hired help, get him in here and let him do a little work with us. But at $2,000 an hour, he doesn't get to start working right now. He is expensive labor. And by the time we seed this field, fertilize and seed this field, money is going to be in short supply, I imagine. That is the downside to fields like these. They will cost quite a bit to flip early on, especially with no manure, no slurry. But we'll get there. We'll get everything up. I'll do a side job, get a little money in that way. I don't plan on doing too many side jobs. I plan on pretty much, we got a lot of equipment, so I don't plan on needing to do too much. Oh, I gotta remember to move around a little bit. There we go. My microphone gets in the way of Track IR picking up my my headset, so I have to move around just a little bit to make it work right. I forget about it every once in a while. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this map. Leave some comments below. Tell me if you like it. If it's not, if it's too vanilla for you, if it's too plain. Or if you like the size of the fields like me and think that it's a pretty cool map. I mean, I think there's a couple of things about it. It's lacking a little bit of life as far as like the community. It is lacking a little bit of that, but again, this could be a place that is, you know, based on a real life situation. This could be a place that's out in the middle of nowhere. There might not be a whole lot around it, and so it might be a pretty good, accurate depiction of where this, you know, is. Yeah. Got to be maybe a grocery store or something though in town, but it's not too bad. We'll take it for what it is. Again, after all, we're really here to do the farming. I'm not going to the quick stop to get a sandwich and a soda pop. I'm pretty much here to farm. Besides, I brought all that stuff with me, right? I mean, when you go out, you go out. Take a little cooler, set it down at your feet. You're good to go. You're in that tractor for the day. Alright, bring her back around here. Lock on course. Alright. I'm going to try to get back into farm sim, do a bit more farm sim. Like I said, I've just sort of been put off by the maps, and while, you know, my friends who are living, you know, Britain, and they're into Chillington and all those maps, I've never been into those, never been into the whole English style map. And this one, while it is an English style or based on Scotland map, it's not really that English. The hedgerows aren't terrible on it. And it's a nice wide open map for me. So I think we can have some fun playing it. There's a few fields that could be combined together to make even bigger fields. So I don't know that we're going to really need that. I think this will be a decent little map. I've actually toyed with the idea of throwing this one on the multiplayer and doing some multiplayer on it, just because the size of the field will work better for people cooperating together and doing more. Whereas I don't think Goldcrest really, I don't really think it works as well for multiplayer. It's just too many small little fields. The work's done immediately. Whereas you can put 4 or 5 guys on a field like this, and it's going to take them a little bit of time to get it done. And people aren't sitting around thinking, well, what are we going to do? One of the problems with Goldcrest has been a group can get in the combines, and in an hour they've tore up the whole map, and they've harvested all the fields. And then there's nothing left for them to do. Well, other than replant them, but that's a whole nother story. Whereas fields like this will take a little bit of time. I don't know. Maybe it's a multiplayer map. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Those of you guys who play on the multiplayer, if you think this would be an interesting addition to the multiplayer. I definitely think it presents plenty to do. Yeah. So anyways, my goal is going to be to get this field ready to go. We'll dress it, plant it in oilseed radish, and then We'll do some harvesting of the fields that are ready to go. And then we'll do the same thing with those guys. We'll plant them, get them ready to be into their next stage. By that time, I'll probably need to do a little bit of work so I can get a weeder. I might sell off a little bit of equipment to be able to get the weeder as well. I mean, there's just like the slurry tanker that comes with it. I'm not going to use that slurry tanker. I know I'm not going to. As far as a mower goes, I'm going to sell the mower off. I intend to get a windrower. I got the John Deere windrower. I'm probably going to use it. Just because I like that. What else equipment-wise will we probably use? I'll use it for the windrower. I might try to consolidate some of these tractors down to a single brand instead of having multiple brands in here. And then we'll just go from there. But I think this will be a good map for us. Like I said, it has more of that Manchester feel as far as just the size of the fields, the location to the farm. It's something that I can like tag team it with the AI. I can set the AI up to do stuff and gang plow it. Run a couple of tractors at the same time plowing and doing the cultivation and the planting. I think it'll be a good choice. Looking forward to it, hoping so, because I enjoy single player, but it's just been where, it's been one of those things where every time I try to get started in single player with a different map, it doesn't do it for me. And you guys know as well as I do, the map is what makes the game for you. If you're not having a great time on the map, you're not going to have that much fun playing the farm sim. So and if you've got to do a whole bunch of, like, I looked at, what is it, Fichtelberg, I think is the name of the map. I looked at it and thought maybe it was going to be an interesting map, but it just, so many twists and turns, and to get from one place to the other was like, I was constantly having to look at the map and felt like I was always getting lost in there. Lostberg, a little bit that same way. I almost started calling the map Lostberg, because I was always struggling to figure out where I needed to turn to get back to the main yard, and this was over here and that was over yonder, and the fields were so tiny on it. I mean, some of the fields in some of the situations, I mean, they were cool, don't get me wrong. Some of it was kind of cool when you had to be real careful how you manipulated your combine on the field edge, or you're going to drive off a cliff, but some of that kind of got old too. So I'm hoping this is just overall a better fit. All right. So we'll stop all of that. Get back over here. Make our way back down to the farm. And make sure I'm going the right way. Feel like I'm not going the right way. I guess I am. I'll go up here and cut down between 26 and 27. I could go spray 27, but I think I'm holding up on that. I think I'm going to do one field at a time. Besides, the gate's not open. Ha. Good enough reason not to go down there. Alright, let's slow up a little bit. I don't want to run wide open through the grass here. You never know what's in these areas. Especially on these narrow little tires, right? All right. We got about 1,850 units left in here, so this thing will have to be filled up. I'll turn that off. But I don't need it right now, so we'll go park it. Grab a plow, and then we'll set off back out to the field to do some plowing. But that'll have to be another episode because we're running short on time. Anyways, do hope you guys have enjoyed the first look at the map, Lawfolds. You guys will come back for another episode. If you did, make sure you smack that thumbs up button for me. It does help me out tremendously when you guys do that. Lets me know you guys are interested in the video, as well as you know, share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Is that a light switch? What is that? Well, it is a light switch. We've got lights. Nice. Cool. This map's got everything except a train. All right. Left my lights on this one. Turn that off. Don't want to run the battery down, right? So anyways, I'll grab a plow and get started working on that field. And I will probably, when we come back, we'll probably be ready to maybe be planting. I don't know. We'll just kind of see. I always like to do a little bit of everything in the videos. So I might start planting it or plowing it. And I'll come back and we'll do something different in the next. I don't know. We'll figure it out. See if I can get this lined up. Anyways, thanks for watching. And again, smack that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We'll try to get some live streams going. I'm going to try to do a live stream this evening. And we'll go from there. I've just got some things going on right now, guys. So last night I was going to try to get a live stream going, and just it just didn't work out. So we will try to get one going though before the weekend. Saturday I'm going to be out of town, so we'll see what we can get done. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. May God bless you and your family, and I will see you later. Bye bye.